Hi folks, welcome to my Vid Retro Journal. So I've got packages, and I'm very excited about this particular package. Let me grab. So we have this package first, and you know what this is already. I got this off of eBay, and been looking for one now for a year or so, mainly because I keep participating in this YouTube event, and I keep using emulators for that. And I felt, you know what, I should finally have a real machine, because I really believe in having actual hardware instead of just software. And so, in here, what I have is a Powerbook, and this is the brick came with it, and I got this for really a good price. It was $75 plus $14 shipping, and it supposedly works. And I already opened this up and took a look through it, and then I had to put it back because I was busy. But it's missing a piece, and I asked for a $5 refund, and they actually refunded me $20, so it's kind of funny. It's the back door that was in the picture, and then they couldn't find it. So let me take this off the table, because I'm not going to be able to show it to you here, and then take it out that way. All right, so let me do that. And here she is. It's a Powerbook 180. Let me make sure that it's in picture. And before I can open it up, it's in really good shape. And I will bring the camera down so you can see it better. Before I plug it in, I just wanted to show you what the machine actually has. So on the back, as I said, there's the port here is missing. It's got power, it's got a on-off button, it's got recessed, I think it's interrupt and restart. It's got a printer and a serial port. It's got a Apple desktop bus port. It seems to have audio ports right here. And this is a video port. You need a special cable for that. And then it also has a modem port. Boy, that would be nice if that could be Ethernet, but it's a modem port. So yeah, it came back from 1991, having a modem port, and then this is a this is just an expansion port, I think. I don't know what exactly goes in here, but this is your. It's funny that this looks like a large HDMI port, but it's not. It's just a specialty video port that gives you an Apple monitor output, and then I don't know. I'll put in the comments. Did it have stereo in and audio out, like modern computers? I suppose. I don't know that. On this side, all it had was a. This is where the. I can't get it open up, but this is where the battery goes in, and it's only about this high. So it has these legs that can fold down so that you can stand it up and it gives you a little better angle. And then on the other side, you have a floppy disk. This will, I assume, is going to do an auto eject. You can force the eject. So yeah, and I don't think it has any ports on the bottom that you can open up. Nope, there's nothing. You literally have to open the computer up to use it. So anyway, now I'm going to set it up so you can have it do a first boot. I've got it set up, so I've got the power brick on. I haven't plugged in any of the mice yet because I need to make sure that they're okay. I'm sure when I boot this up, it is going to need some adjustment for the screen, because I think the contrast is going to be all wrong. So as soon as it hits the boot up, I am going to just transition to having figured out what the screen ought to be, so that you don't have to sit there and see me adjusting all that. All right. So there's a button back here that you got to hit. So I want to hit that. It's actually back here. Sorry. And this is actually where the little there's a little cover that has to always open up and close because the button's actually underneath the cover, whereas the power cord is here. And so it's kind of a bad design. They should have put the button where the power cord is so that you could have kept the back cover that holds some of the other ports, like the ADB ports, the serial ports, the monitor port, etc. They should have kept that closed. And that's the cover that's missing on these, and I guess it goes missing pretty quickly. All right, I'm going to turn this on. I've read that if the battery is bad, you should actually leave this plugged in for a little bit because they won't boot up without there being a little bit of charge. We'll see if this will boot up right away. Here we go. First boot up. And it's booted up. So I'm going to go fast forward to move ahead to get a better picture. So that's a pretty good picture I can get with regard to the camera setup. It was shimmering a little bit. It might still be shimmering a little bit. I don't know what's causing that. But okay, so let's see what version we have here. It's System 7.1 from 1992. Which is likely what the machine came with. It's 4 megabytes of memory, so I think I don't know if it's 8 megabytes maxed out. It actually comes with a 120 megabyte hard disks, which I think was the max, and then it has a bunch of software on here. Word 5, Excel. So the owner never actually removed their stuff. So I will make sure not to show any personal information, and we'll get rid of. They have a dissertation in here, so we'll get rid of. The information that's on here. Apple Utilities, Apple File Exchange, Laser Writer. Okay, yeah. Again, when I had my Mac 2SI, I certainly had a laser writer and many of these things. I still have a bunch of my Mac software, and of course I wrote a lot for the Mac, so I will probably configure this. The disk definitely sounds a little loud. Depending on how much I use it, I will probably have to get a solid state disk because the SCSI disks are very expensive. That's not cheap itself, but you can get a SCSI interface card that'll fit into this. I think it's $60, $70. So it's a little pricey, but no complaints about that. It's kind of nice to have a Macintosh game. Let's see what they have on the control panel. So PowerBook display, yeah, I don't know what you can do with that. Never had a PowerBook before. So minutes idle before dimming, video mirroring. Mirror requires an external monitor. So this can support an external monitor, yeah. Auto remounter, color, well there's no color. I think it's grayscale though. I don't think it's just black and white. Modem, file sharing. General controls, map, memory. This is 7.1. I forget if this has virtual. It does have virtual memory. Okay, so it's off. You can use as much as 83. Okay, 30-bit addressing is off. Oh, 24 megabytes. Okay, so 7.1 does give you some advances. Display and monitors. Why is there? Oh, okay. So it's 16. Yeah. So it's 16 grays, which is pretty good. So it's not just a black and white monitor. So it's definitely better than a Mac SE in terms of what it can display. So that's nice. And it is a nice crisp picture, I must say. It's a little dark up here. And on the edges here. So I don't know if that's a sign of the monitor going bad or what. But this side here is pretty bright. So if you know what causes that. So if I were to... I can't actually move it to the screen here, but it definitely looks like it's dimmer here. I don't know what's causing it. It's not, I mean, it's viewable. It's not a bad display. It just seems like it's a little dimmer on this edge here. If I go and move this down, yeah, you can see that it just seems less clear here. It sort of, it becomes pixelated. And then it becomes nice and clear here. So there's definitely something going on right here with the display. So it's not perfect. But I haven't investigated what that actually means. So it's definitely starting to sort of fade on this side here. Versus, now what if I change the monitor to be black and white? Yeah, you can see it a little better here now. So if I do that, and I go here, oh, well, no, it actually, so it's nice black and white. So in the case of 16 grays, I don't know why you would do colors. This doesn't seem to do the difference. Oh, I see. That gets the Apple monitor, and it definitely, you can see this becomes very light. So I'm looking at the mouse pointer. It's very black to very light up here. Oops. Not here, so it's dimming even more up here in the corner. So not sure what's going on there, but yeah, definitely not a perfect monitor, but the fact that this is working is a good find. And I know that you have to at times recap these monitors, so it just could be the cap's going bad. I can definitely see there's a little black point here and a little black point there. So I'll Google online what that means. Certainly a future project is to take it apart. It does smell like it came from a smoky environment. But putting in perhaps a solid state drive would be the first thing to do, and figuring out a good way to do that. Maybe if there's a project I can build it. Probably recapping the screen. That's dicey, but it's doable. It's surface mount caps, so I'll have to look into that, especially if this is starting to get dim here. I'll read online what this is a sign of. Unfortunately, this year timeline in the early 90s, the surface mount capacitors they used were not very good, and so it's just something that needs to be looked at and fixed. I'm certainly capable of doing surface mount soldering. You just have to be very careful that you don't destroy the screen. So that'll be a project to take this apart and fix it. It's very clear on this side, but this is the side that's sort of fading a little bit. But considering that most of the stuff I found online was actually more than this. I mean, again, 75 and working, and I missed out on one that I got a bid on for $81 that was from a estate sale that was an unknown 180. It wasn't even a 180. I think it was 165 Mac Powerbook. So I got a 180 for 75, really inexpensive shipping, and it actually works. I'm not unhappy about that, but again, I can see that that is definitely fading over here. So there's an issue on the side. Again, seems to be expected with old laptops. But the screen otherwise looks okay. Modem documents, yeah, so there's not much else on here. Word is on here, and you've got view by icon. Oh, I should try the floppy disk drive, should I not? I can try that by perhaps just formatting. I do have, this is formatted as a DOS floppy. Okay. This is not a magnetic disk. Do you want to initialize or eject? Well, let's try ejecting, see if that works. All right, that works. Do I want to initialize it? What's on here? Yeah, this is just a DOS formatted disk that I used to copy some stuff over. So I am going to initialize it. See if this disk actually works. Two-sided, yeah, wow. Erase, untitled. Wow, this brings back a lot of old memories. I really, again, after my QL, I moved away and went to the Macintosh 2SI. I don't know if this is just getting darker and darker by the minute. So I don't know if my screen is starting to fail, if it's just as it becomes warmer, it fades more, or if it's using more energy, but this definitely seems to be fading as Can't tell. It seems like it's fading more and more. So yeah, that might be, the screen might not be long for, it's this upper part here that I feel like is fading more and more. So it's re-verifying format. I don't know if that means that it, oh, I love old hardware, right? So I will have to play with whether or not this monitor is going slowly. Certainly working when I got it. Oh yeah, the disk that I put in does have some bad sectors, so maybe that's what it's doing. So that actually also does that on the PC side of things. So not sure if the Mac floppy can deal with bad sectors. What it did on the DOS side is it actually masked them out, but still in beautiful condition. There's not a scratch on it, other than, as I said, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's definitely fading on this side, and I don't know if you can see over time how this seems like it's getting darker. So it just could be the more it's on, it gets darker, and I don't know what that could be. You know, pressing doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me, I feel like it's just creeping up on the Apple here. Again, is this, yeah, this is starting to disappear here actually, so. But it's only on the corner, and then here it's pretty clear, and then here it's, so it's over here and over here. So I don't know how long this is going to take in terms of trying to verify it, so I'm going to just move forward. Oh, wait, creating directory. As I'm about to speak, it started doing that. Okay. Yep. Create a file. 775K. It looks like maybe there's 10K in disk that it does. Let me just copy Word over to see how it does the copying. There's none of rule. 160K isn't the, okay, so I guess it's oh, is this a high density drive too? I did two-sided, but can this copy high density disks? I forget. Yeah, so I was able to copy that. Okay, and then this is Microsoft Word is it 800K? Yeah, 900K in size. Okay, so I'm going to end here just because I wanted to show you what I had got. I think this is going to make a nice addition. I'm a little worried about this area right here and here. You can see it's getting darker and darker. So I don't know if that's just deteriorating in front of my eyes, or just as the longer the computer is on, the warmer it gets, it's having this. If you know what this could potentially be, I'm certainly going to look this up online. But, and when I look at my video, what I see is that this is shimmering. It is not shimmering in front of my eyes, so I apologize if that's going to be annoying as you're watching this. That is not my intent. And I don't think there's anything I can do. Let me see if it's a camera issue, if I can adjust that. Hold on. Yeah, so from far away, it still shimmers on the camera. It doesn't shimmer. I'm trying to see if it's actually shimmering for me. I feel like there's a little bit of shimmer over here, but on this side, it seems pretty stable. So again, if I open up a window, I don't see a shimmer. Just moving an icon around. But there's definitely, I feel like the longer this is on, you can see this is starting to disappear. The U is disappearing on this. And that wasn't the case in the beginning. So again, I don't know if this is literally dying in front of me, or if this is just as the computer turns on. I'll put in the comments what happens once I turn the computer off and turn it back on again. Oh yeah, the last thing to do is eject disk. All right, that works. Okay, so I'm going to end here. My new Macintosh PowerBook 180, it's going to require some TLC, but in future Mac videos, I won't have to necessarily use an emulator. I can use this Mac. I can also do some renovations of this. Again, I've been dying to get a real Mac because that was my second ever computer. It was a 2SI around the same time as this one came out. It was colored, not grayscale, but I can live with that. And want to have to do a little bit of a renovation here because this is now inverted. Literally, my mouse gets inverted here. So I'll check to see once I shut it down and then boot it back up if it's just as it gets heated, it does that, or if it stays around. All right. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.